AC Milan then, we meet again for the 5th and 6th time ever for Rupel Boom. We are back into the Europa League knockout stages. Hello and welcome back to Rupel Boom or Bust. We are in the 2030-2031 season. We are into the Europa knockout stages. Europa League knockout stages, not just Europa. There's the Conference League. We're in the better one, slightly better one. If you are enjoying these videos, do please remember to hit a like on every video that you're enjoying. Stick your comments down in the comment section below. Stick your subscribe button. Stick your subscribe button. That'll do. Sure, we'll go with that. Let's start the episode. I've ballsed up this intro massively. Every 2 years, we seem to play against Milan. If it is an odd season or an odd year, 2027, 2029, 2031, we will play AC Milan in some form of cup competition. And as you can see, Milan are slightly better than us, but only by 2 goals, or technically 1 goal, because if they scored 9, we would have only let in 9 rather than 10. So we are actually very evenly matched with AC Milan, so hopefully today we can actually beat them. In between episodes, we haven't actually done anything because we played KVK and Genk. I say haven't done anything. We've played twice, actually. We beat Vaslan Beveren 5-0. Acosta scoring his 3rd goal of the season. We also then beat OHL 1-0 with a pretty much rotated side because I realised Milan are good. OHL, no offence, they're not as good as AC Milan, so we needed to do a little bit of rotation. And we are currently top of the Jupiler Pro League now by 12 points, or 6 when you halve it later on. We've got some suspension issues in defence, which means it's not the most solid-looking defence that we've got. Acosta will be our goalkeeper. It will be Luiz, Christensen, Solomon and Jaramillo at the back, because Richard Gonzalez and the other guy, Nicolau, both suspended. I think it's only 1 match. I think they're only going to be missing 1 game, but both of them are out, suspended. Suspended for the next match, suspended for the next match. I don't know if that means it's just 1 or that's just the general text they get. Duvignac and Cabral will be in the middle of the pitch with Montero and Adegilton on the wings. Rosmaric and Bakayoko are almost a 50-goal partnership up front. So Bakayoko's been away at the African Cup of Nations. Not really played a lot, has scored a couple of goals since his return. Let's play AC Milan at home. We have only lost 1 league game all season. We've lost a few European games. But, looking at that, Milan have lost their last 2 matches. That's interesting to know. So Milan are on a pretty bit of bad form. We are obviously on very good form after winning 5-0 and 1-0 and beating Genk and beating somebody else who I've already forgotten because I recorded the episode about 4 days ago. 15 minutes in and there's been 0 shots apiece. Duvignac's corner. Solomon is there. And Mohamed Solomon, don't do it again, but I mean, please do it again. Score another hat-trick. But that is his 6th goal in 1 and a bit episodes. We're 1-0 up against AC Milan. Changing up our corners seems to have worked like ridiculously well. Christensen to Didier Montero. He's gone long towards Bakayoko and the Ivorian international hits it straight into Donnarumma, who's still at AC Milan apparently. Chuck Woozy with a free kick. It's Rosmaric, of all people, to head that off the line, the striker, and we've managed to clear it upfield. Carrillo fouls Bakayoko. We get ourselves a free kick, which we are going to see. The goal scorer Solomon takes it. Jose Adegilton, the Liverpool loanee, finds Bakayoko on the left-hand side. Only 2 in the middle at the moment. Tries to cross it. Jaramillo picks up. The Ecuadorian doesn't manage to find a blue shirt. Montero has this. Plays it back to Jose Luiz. Half an hour almost on the clock. Luiz is going to run down that right-hand side. I think he's Portuguese. I want to say he's Brazilian, but I'm pretty sure he might just be Portuguese. Rafael Leao's picked this one up for Milan. It is back and forth. It is definitely back and forth at the moment. Leao's managed to get past Jaramillo's slide tackle into the penalty area. Solomon's pushed him over. And it's Solomon basically making sure he's involved in everything at the moment. We are going to get VAR and Anthony Taylor does award a penalty. So it is going to be probably 1-1 unless Acosta can stop Rafael Leao from putting this one into the back of the net. Come on, Mauro. Come on, Mauro. Into the bottom corner. It is 1-1. Solomon, I kind of do need you to score a hat-trick now because that's an away goal and it's your fault. Duvignac with a corner. Stick it on Solomon's head. You know what to do. He's only gone and done it again. What is going on with our corners all of a sudden? Duvignac and Solomon are just like the best partnership you'll ever see. At this point, Mohamed Solomon is our 3rd top goal scorer in our team. We've got 11 goal-scoring Romelu Lukaku. We have got ridiculously good strikers on the bench as well. We've got really good wingers as well. And a centre-back has scored 13 league goals, or 13 goals in competitive matches for us. I'm pleased with how things are going. We are winning. Rosmaric is on a 6.5. We're probably going to bring on Lukaku at some point because I want to get Lukaku to 20 matches for us. then he will basically extend his contract by another year. Adegilton's stolen that off. That's good to see. Bakayoko flicks it on. Rosmerik's going to get there first because the defender was too busy trying to push him. And Rosmerik slots that in the bottom corner, his 23rd goal of the season. 3-1 against Milan. Is it time to do our substitutions yet? No, it's not, because Solomon's going to get himself a hat-trick here. Oh, it was so close. It was so close for his 3rd hat-trick of the season. Okay, now we're going to do our subs. It's going to be Bakayoko coming off for Lukaku. I didn't pick my subs bench. You can tell because we have Leemans, Lukaku, Georgiev and Butakrit, who are all basically strikers on the subs bench. We've got a right back and a right back. So, yeah, probably should have picked my subs bench a little bit better, shouldn't I? You know what we're actually going to do? We're going to stick Celson Barros as a centre-back. I think he's alright as a centre-back. He's 5'9". Duvignac with a free kick. If this is Solomon, this might be finding its way in. It's Jose Luis. It is over the bar. I think it hit the bar, maybe? Because it's not a goal, not a corner, sorry. So it must have basically been the right back who headed it over the bar. Jaramillo with a throw for us. Luciello Cabral pauses and crosses it in. Lukaku is there. And Romelu Lukaku, the former Inter Milan striker, has scored against probably a team that he hates. I assume he hates Inter Milan, AC Milan, sorry. It's 4-1. How are we doing so good against AC Milan? How? How are we doing this well against Milan? This is ridiculous. Rafael Leao has the ball. Could he make it 4-2? Not with an effort like that. Goes well over Acosta's bar. I am thinking we're going to do one final change with a couple of minutes left. Looking at it, Duvignac's probably the man to come off. And we are going to do... Let's do Mats Leemans. Leemans doesn't get a lot of football. So, Leemans is going to go up front alongside Lukaku. Rosmerik going to drop back to be the box-to-box midfielder. Sure. I'm not sure how he's good as that. Like, I don't understand how he's a 4-star Mazzala. That's ridiculous. Well, the final substitution didn't make a blind bit of difference. We win the game 4-1. But looking at the match stats, they actually had better XG than us. So, admittedly, most of it was a penalty. So let's maybe let's not look at the XG numbers. 4-1 on the night. Another brace for Mohamed Solomon. We've got to now go to Italy and do it again. And just not concede 3 goals, I guess. Can we just take a moment to appreciate Mohamed Solomon? 22 years old. He'll be 23 at the end of the season, at the end of August by the looks of it. But look how good he is. And then you look at his match stats. 31 games he has played, 13 goals. He's also got 3 assists. He scored 11 goals in 22 league games. What has happened? And if you actually look at his form, he has scored in the last 5 matches. He has scored, what is that, 7? 7 goals in the last 5 matches. All of them on camera as well. Back then for the second leg against Milan. Obviously, we've made our way over to Italy. We have played a match in between the 2 episodes, or 2 matches, sorry, not episodes. It's the same episode. We won 3-0? I've already forgotten. We won, basically. We won the game. It's fine. Let's not worry about that. We'll talk about it after the Milan game. The starting 11 is a bit changed because we've got our players returning from suspension. So Acosta in goal, Luiz, Nicolau, Solomon and Gonzalez at the back, Duvignac and Cabral in the middle. Everyone else is the same with Montero, Adegilton, Rosmerik and Bakayoko as our strikers in this one. It looks like that Milan playing league football, which I do have Serie A on, they drew. They lost, obviously, against us, and then they drew a match in the league. So, yeah, they're still not on particularly good form. We win games like it's like there's no other option. We either win or we just don't play football. Carrillo with this ball early on then, literally 40 seconds on the clock. Milan have themselves the ball. Riggi possibly coming forward with the ball, gets past his man as well. Chukwueze into the penalty area. Gonzalez steals it. Doesn't get the ball, though. Why wasn't he not paying enough attention? What a save that is from Acosta. Should be 1-0. Should really be 1-0 to Milan. It's going to be a corner instead. It is going to be Chukwueze to take this. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's what I'm going for. And Acosta again with a spectacular save. We are not even 2 minutes in, and Acosta is on a 7.3. Jose Luis heads that clear. Not far enough, though. It's going to come back towards us down the right-hand side. Number 10 with this ball. Crosses it in. Hits Didier Montero, who for some reason was on the left-hand side for us, not the right-hand side. Chukwueze's going over again. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Back post. Jose Luis gets that clear. That's good. Viti. He's going to try and do something. Or not. It's going to be 0-0 after the first flurry of activity from Milan. We have held on. This match seems to be going a lot more one direction, and that direction is Milan's direction. Cabral has this ball. We've yet to have a shot on target. We have had one, apparently. Cabral over the top to Montero, controls it well, and all we need is one shot on target. We are 1-0 up against Milan in Italy at the San Siro. That's a massive away goal as well. They now need to score 4 goals just to take it to injury time, or extra time. Not injury time, it's going to go there anyway. Sailmakers down the right-hand side, intercepted by Gonzalez. Adagilton with this now for us. Cabral, left-hand side, Gonzalez heads back to Adagilton. The Liverpool loanee can run through the middle. Make a run, Gonzalez. Do something. You're just standing still. Gonzalez back to Cabral. Is he going to try and curl this one in? He has tried to curl it in. Hits it just wide of the post. Still 1-0, but only 20 minutes played. Donnarumma is going to take the goal kick as well on camera. Carrillo to Sailmakers. Kicks it long off towards the left-hand side. Contin to Wagyu. Back to Contin over the top. Zed has collected this one. Is he going to go for a long-range effort? He does. Hits it wide. Still 1-0 to the boom. What is going on in this match? Everything. We're seeing most of the match at the moment. We are not even, or just over 20 minutes in, and we've seen, what, 4 or 5 highlights so far? Maybe even more than that. Rafael Leao with this down the left-hand side. I think that's Duvignac with him every step of the way. He's got past one tackle, gets past another, and Chuck Woos is there to put that in at the back post. It's 1-1. Not going to lie, that was actually a pretty good goal. Leao basically made that himself. Jose Luis to Montero. Wagyu's going to steal it. Back to Luis, though. Crosses that in. Not the best cross. Luis gets another chance. Does cross this one. Doesn't manage to find a blue shirt again. Lucielio Cabral to Gonzalez. Plays that ball through. Hits Sailmakers. Cabral's going to get there first. He does eventually. Back to Solomon. Hasn't scored yet. He will, don't worry. Nicolau all the way back to Mauro Acosta. This highlight's got me worried. This highlight has me worried. Because we had the ball in a very good position. And then it's gone all the way back to the keeper. And now Milan have a chance. Chuck Woozy gets past Gonzalez into the penalty area. Goes for a terrible effort. Acosta with a terrible save as well. It's a corner. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Chuck Woozy's going to take the corner towards the front post. It was Rafael Leao this time heading over the bar. I think Duvignac's taken a knock. So that's a bit of a concern. Hopefully he's alright because he is our corner taker and basically the assister to every Mohamed Solomon goal he's ever scored. Leao's going to run with this ball. If they score another goal, I'm going to get very concerned. Acosta's claimed it. So where was the highlight? What are we doing? What are we doing? Acosta's kicked it long. Straight to a black and red shirt. Straight to a Milan shirt. Chuck Wooz is in on goal here. He's going to score, surely. Tries to chip him into the hands of Acosta. And that's the highlight. We are being kept in this game by Acosta. That is the only thing that's keeping us in this game. Even the goal isn't keeping us in this game. Milan have been ridiculous. Look at this XG. 2.5. They've scored once. And that is because Acosta is the world's greatest goalkeeper. Thrash Arms, I'm far from pleased. We are not looking very good at all. Adagilton, 6'4". What are you doing? Luis, 6'5". Nicolau and Gonzalez, 6'6". Bakioko's a 6'6" as well. I'm going to go straight into the second half, but I am looking at maybe... Okay, doing a sub. This wasn't the sub that I wanted to do. It's going to be... Cabral is going to move up to a striker. Rosmeric obviously moving back to midfield. Georgiev, I guess? We'll go with... No, we'll go with Lukaku. Right, Lukaku's on. He is dropping in terms of ability. He's only 2.5 star now. Adagilton as well for Butakrit because Adagilton isn't playing very well. And the first highlight of the second half is literally 2-3 minutes in. Sailmakers gets past his man with ease. He's going to go off to the right-hand side. Little flick finds Chuck Woozy. Gonzalez is with him. It's come out and claimed by Acosta. Good. Is that the highlight? I don't think that is. What are you going to do, buddy? Kicks it long towards probably Lukaku. It's actually towards Bakayoko. But once again, Milan always getting on the end of it. Our pass accuracy must be awful. Leao's in. He's curled that into the bottom corner. It's 2-1. It's nervy. If they score 2 more, we go extra time. It's at this point where I'm thinking, do we try and change up and go defensive, or do we stick with our guns, which is something I normally do, and inevitably balls it up. Jose Luis with this ball. If we score another one, that is going to be very important because that's another away goal. We've had 4 shots there, and somehow we didn't even get it into the past our own strikers. How are we not? Oh, this is one of those games. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose this match and we're going to get knocked out of the Europa League. I can see it now. Chuck Woozy with the ball. Plays it through to Riggy. He's got no support up there, but that probably doesn't mean too much at the moment. Riggy's going to go off towards the right-hand side. Plays it back. Plays it to Sailmakers on the right. Once again, Sailmakers gets it again. He's walked past one man. Leao's there. Heads the ball. Hits the post. Gonzalez just about gets that clear. This is nervy. This is not good. Nicolau. Big boot upfield. Bakayoko controls this. Counter-attack time. Here we go. This is what we... No, that's not how you counter-attack, is it? I'm going to give him a berate. I don't know whether that's a good idea. It wasn't a good idea. I've annoyed everybody. I've angered them all. To be fair, since I've berated them, no highlights. No highlights have taken place. We've got one more sub to do. I'm looking at Montero more from a fitness perspective. Bakayoko's on like 6.4. What are we doing here, guys? What are we actually doing? We're going to do Bakayoko for Georgiev. That's all we can do. We've got 15 minutes. We are seeing this highlight, but I think this might be because we're about to do a sub. Luiz with the ball on the right-hand side. There's 4 in the middle. Crosses that ball in. VT steps over it. Donnarumma picks that ball up. So that's the highlight, right? That's the highlight. Jose Luiz to Duvignac. Maybe it's not. Rosmaric. Loads and loads of space for the striker playing in midfield at the moment. Gonzalez off on the left. Loads of space for him as well. Crosses that in. Duvignac's there. He's had a couple of chances. And Antonio Duvignac has got that second away goal. And that might just put us through to the next round of the Europa League. At 80 minutes, our assistant manager has just finally told me you should probably mark Rafael Leao. Probably a bit late, mate. We've got 3 minutes of injury time. We are going to go through against Milan. 2-2 on the night, 6-3 on aggregate. Milan will feel that that's a bit of an unfortunate result. They deserved something more from that game. A draw in that match for them is probably not good enough. They were much better than us, but I don't care. We're through. Now the question is, do we find out who we're playing in the next round, or do we need to go forward a few more days? I think we go forward. Cabral out for 3 weeks. Not ideal, but we've got plenty of central midfielders like Radakovic. We've still got Masengo. We've still got Breck Peters at the club, so we've got plenty of players who can fill in the gap for a few weeks. So that's not too much of a problem. Picked up a bit of money. When is the second round draw? 28th, tomorrow. Let's go forward to that. 16 teams then. That is what is left in the competition, and we are actually the 8th best team in terms of coefficient points left in the competition. If we are lucky enough to draw one of these lower down sides, Nice, Frankfurt, Olympiacos, Marseille, Lille, Bournemouth, I'd love to play Bournemouth, that would be great, Bilbao, Schalke, I think we can beat them. Even Monaco, I think we could beat Monaco. We could probably beat Roma. We've beaten Milan, we should be able to beat Roma. Leipzig, Lyon, Porto, Bayern and Spurs, they're the ones I want to avoid. Let's go then. First name out of the hat is Schalke. We'll be playing Marseille. Nice, we'll have this one. Bilbao. Either one of those would have been good for us. Don't want this one. Bournemouth. Enjoy losing to Bayern. Lyon versus Olympiacos. Porto versus Frankfurt. It's going to be a difficult team, isn't it? It's going to be a difficult team. Roma. We'll take it. It's not Roma. It's going to be Spurs. I feel like it's going to be Spurs. We're at home for, I assume, the first leg. It's Monaco. Right. Monaco. Do we think we can beat Monaco? They were last season the 4th best team in France. So, and they're currently the 4th best team in France behind Nice, Lyon and PSG. I'm kind of thinking we might be good enough, you know? When you think their key player is Saliba, if we compare him with our key player, which would be Mohamed Solomon, I imagine they're pretty similar. They are pretty similar. So, attributes-wise, there's not a lot between them, is there? You'd say maybe Saliba might edge it, but then again, where it matters, tackling 17 to 14, things like that. So I kind of fancy my chances against Monaco. I really do. And that is going to be in the next episode, the doubleheader against Monaco. We've only got one game to play off camera, which is going to be Ghent, which is not going to be a particularly easy game, but I fancy our chances. When we look at the league table as well, we are currently, 12 points clear at the top of the table, ahead of Genk, ahead of Bruges, ahead of OHL. Those are the 3 teams we are likely going to be facing in the Championship group stage phase thing mess. I'm kind of glad OHL were there, to be honest, but I'm starting to not worry about the league. I'm probably overly confident. Mohamed Solomon then scores a couple more goals for us to get us into the next round of the Europa League. Monaco will be the next episode. Thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember, like button, subscribe button if you're new, stick your comments down in the comment section below. I'll be back next time for a bit of Monaco. Thanks for watching.